Welcome back to the Delaware Way, and would like to welcome back Gene Peacock, the director of the Brandywine Zoo, and also Becca Warner, who is an education intern, right? So you're in college now?
I graduated college in December.
So you're just waiting for him to hire you at
That's
this point.
right.
Is what you have to do. So her performance today is going to help in the hiring process?
She's a great intern all the way around. She actually came on, and Becca and another one of our interns created a reptile show last summer for the public.
Oh, great.
So, she's had a great impact on the zoo, and it's one of those where for every one zoo position open, you get 100 to 200 people applying for it.
Right, I can see.
So,
yeah. I understand.
But
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Believe me, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Let's talk about the zoo. One thing you told me, which I think is great, is that right now the zoo's free.
Yeah, our winter hours, December, January, and February, it's free admission. And one of the reasons we do that, because of the cold weather, some of the animals cannot be out in the cold weather. So like our sloth, our porcupines come inside this time of year. So we reduce the price, and then this time of year it's reduced to free. And we still get a lot of people coming out. It's really cool because the tigers, the red pandas, the llamas, they're pretty hardy to cold weather. So you get to see them act completely different this time of year than other times.
Okay, and as you get our next guest ready, let's talk about the exciting things you have coming up at the zoo.
Well, as you know, in the summer of 2013, we had a tree fall on our monkey house. So one of the things we've been working on this past year is a new small monkey exhibit inside the zoo grounds, and we hope to have some of our monkeys, our golden lion tamarins, and maybe another species or two, back on exhibit inside the zoo early next year.
And who is this guy?
This is Reggie. He's a Brazilian Rainbow Boa.
Am I allowed to hold Reggie or no?
Yeah, we can pass him over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we'll get him over here. So rainbow boas, they're a South American constrictor.
Well, he's all balled up. How long is he?
He's about just under 5 feet long.
Not venomous at all?
No,
okay.
Not venomous.
He's a nice guy.
So if you'll just do that, he may wrap around you. And what constrictors do is
get his face around.
They'll wrap around their prey and they squeeze. And a lot of people have the misconception that they're squeezing to crush them. What a constrictor actually does is it'll wrap around. In the case of one of these guys, it might be a mouse or a squirrel. And every time it breathes in and then it breathes out. And when it breathes out, its chest gets smaller and it squeezes tighter. And it just does that to the point where the animal can't breathe, and then they'll take their prey that way, and then they'll eat it, usually head first. But Reggie's really cool. If you're turning him in the light, you can see an iridescence in his scales.
Yeah, no.
And it gives a rainbow effect, and that's why they're called rainbow boas.
Right there, yeah, and it's amazing. This guy is it possible to get to, I don't want to pull him out, but is it possible to get him at full length so we can kind of see?
He likes Becca a lot, so let's see if he'll maybe unwrap for her, and you can see how big he really is.
Just gonna unwrap him slowly.
So you said Brazilian, so he's
a Brazilian rainbow boa, and they're a semi-arboreal species, South American, yeah. You'll find them in trees and in vegetation there.
He doesn't want to.
And it's funny you say that. In trees and vegetation, you just told me he goes after, so he's not only
they have
rodents.
Squirrels and everything. Yeah, they'll come down to the ground, but this is a species of snake that'll also live in the tree, so he's semi-arboreal. Not all snakes are ground dwellers. A lot of people think, in South America, they think of the red-tailed boas and the anacondas, which are much larger than this guy, and they are pretty much terrestrial snakes. But the rainbow boas, and there's several other snake species that do live in trees.
Now, he just doesn't want to uncoil.
No.
He's comfortable. He feels very secure.
And when he's in the trees, this is what he would do. Yep. He would wrap around, make sure he's nice and safely secure. And so to him, I'm his tree branch right now. So he knows that if he's all coiled up, he's hanging on pretty tightly so that he's not going to fall off, because no one wants to fall out of the trees. And it's also a little bit cooler, and so by coiling up, he's actually conserving more body heat by keeping the warmer parts of his body together.
And if I were to bring my kids to the zoo, or if some of these families that are watching now come to the zoo, will they have an opportunity to meet Reggie as well?
So during the winter we have our animal encounters that are over the weekend. They're inside of our education building because animals like Reggie can't be housed outside, especially in the winter because it's too cold. But if they were to come in the spring or the summer, we bring our animals out into the zoo for close encounters. So they're most likely going to encounter them out in the zoo a lot during the spring and summer, and we're also hoping to resume our reptile shows every weekend of the summer, June, July, and August, so they'll get a chance to see reptiles like Reggie every weekend.
How good was that? You got to hire her. She's really good. Real quick, how do we get to the Brandywine Zoo?
We're located in Brandywine Park, right on the banks of the Brandywine Creek, just downtown Wilmington, right off 18th Street.
Great. Thank you very much, Gene.
Thank you very
Always
much.
great to have you here, Becca. Nice to meet you. Gene Peacock, director of the Brandywine Zoo, and Becca Warner, who is the education intern, soon to be a full-time employee. We'll be back in a second.